And Mamdani has to run on his own merits. He's his own individual person. But he has not given any indication that he is anything but a radical socialist and someone that is trying to continue the Mohammedan march in the West. Individual Muslims can be great members of American society. We all know them. But in the macro, in the big picture, are we really benefiting the more that we are importing Islamists into the West? I say no, and I think we should have a lot of caution making a Muslim socialist the mayor of America's largest city.
Hey everybody, welcome to America First News and Comment. My name is John. I'll be your host. Tonight we're going to talk about Zoran and his win. And we're going to hear from Charlie Kirk and Bernie Sanders, and as well as some of the patriot constituents of Zoran. And let's get into it.
Is going to be the mayor of the city of...
Seeing the results of last night's election, you have said that this is not just a New York City thing, which some people have dismissed his win as. Do you think Zoran Mamdani is a leader in the Democratic Party now?
Well, of course he is. He's going to be the mayor of the city of New York. But what's important about last night is not only that he ran a brilliant campaign. He had 90,000 volunteers. He's incredibly articulate. It's what he talked about during the campaign, and he made it clear. What is true in every state in this country is that the richest people in America are becoming phenomenally richer. Billionaires are exploding in terms of wealth, while ordinary people, 60% of people live paycheck to paycheck. Ordinary people can't afford health care. They can't afford childcare. They can't afford the food in the grocery store. They can't afford to retire with dignity. That's what Zoran campaigned on. It resonated with people. It will resonate with people in every state in this country.
Is that something that Democrats, you believe, should run on?
Absolutely.
In the next year?
Look, people understand that Democrats have got to have the courage to acknowledge reality. You got one person. You tell me if this makes any sense. One person, Mr. Musk, owns more wealth than the bottom 52% of American households. In the richest country on earth, we got 800,000 people sleeping out on the street. Millions can't afford health care. It is not a radical idea to say, and that's what Mamdani is talking about. We need an economy that works for everybody, not just for the billionaires.
Do you think that's something that's resonating with the Democrats you caucus with up here on Capitol Hill?
To some degree it is, but more importantly, it is resonating with ordinary Americans all across this country.
Is he insane? It's not resonating with people all across the country. It might be resonating with all of the people who are illegal, people who are lazy, people who don't want anything in their life. It's not resonating for people who get up and go to work every day and get up and have struggled to have what they have. And even if you're a millionaire, what are you going to do? Take their money? You're going to just confiscate their bank accounts? The ideas and things he's pushing and discussing are radical left lunatic ideas. It's insane. That sounds like Cuba. Is it? Or is it, where is it? Red China? What are you going to do? Take money from people to pay for? A lot of people don't want anything. A lot of people are homeless because they like being homeless. They like not having any responsibility. They like not having to get up and take a bath. They don't want a car. There's lots of things that you're overlooking that just are realities. And now that you're pushing half of New York out, you know what? Like I said earlier, thank God it's happening to New York. Now the rest of the country can get a close look at what's really going on, because this is not the sort of thing that American people are going to accept. I don't accept it. Our founding forefathers don't accept it. We are a capitalistic country, and for good reason, because some people like money and some people don't. We're going to after listening to Bernie Sanders, now he's been out of the picture for a while, and now he's claiming that Zoran is the leader of the Democratic Party. He's not even a Democrat. And if you haven't noticed, from the time he took off, or time he won the election, the little smile, that little fake smile that he has been walking around with for months, has kind of turned into a little snarl, just a little bit. It'll be a bigger snarl tomorrow. And as reality starts to click into his head, it'll be a bigger reality. And Kathy Hochul's like, one good rally doesn't make me want to raise taxes. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you're literally running on raising taxes for the rich? Is that not radical? Oh no. How about just raising taxes for neighborhoods of white people? Is that radical? I mean, I don't know. It sounds racist to me. But what are you going to do with the rich neighborhoods that have black people or Italian people in them, or any other, or the Jewish neighborhoods? There's a whole nother can of worms right there. This guy is the worst thing for America. And you know who voted for him? All those young, impressionable people. And you know what the coincidence is? Those young, impressionable people, they're all the ones who didn't go to the Charlie Kirk rallies. That's reality. He impresses upon people, and he has charisma that young people, especially young women, just love. He's got that nice smile, and he's so good looking. He's just like another Luigi Mangione. Yeah, really? That's what's really going on here. And no matter how you slice it, Americans are not going to accept the fact that I've got to give not even 2%, not even 1% taxes. And in New York, you're already paying 40% taxes. It's insane how much people are paying in taxes. And for somebody who busts their ass to go make $100,000, $120,000 a year, and I got to pay $19,000 in taxes with 3 kids, these are real numbers, by the way. These are real numbers. And it's one thing to do that. It's another thing to know that my money is paying for free buses. My money is paying for rent freeze. Or now, the fact that I bought an apartment complex just to make money. Now I don't have authority or the power to put the rent at what I want it at. That's insane. And the only people who think that that's okay are people who don't have an apartment, don't have a house, don't have any rent, don't have any investments. They don't have anything they worked for, because people who worked for that definitely didn't vote for it. And there are a few people I've seen on their street side interviews. Oh, I'm a native New Yorker, and I think this is a great thing to have rent freeze. And you're also the same one who won't get up and go to a job. And it's just a reality check. It is, because those people are out there. Let's take a look at some more interviews here.
Guys, can I ask you how you feel about Zoran winning?
I'm happy about it.
Why are you happy about it?
I don't know. I don't.
I don't really know. I just do.
Really?
Yeah, because I keep seeing all the like cute TikToks of him like partying and clubbing, and honestly, he's like one for the people, you know?
That's why you support him?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And there you have it, folks.
No, I mean, I hope that he can get some of the things done that he's saying he's going to do.
Like what?
Well, he wants to help people with their rent. He wants to help people with transportation costs.
Who's going to pay for that?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Well, look at this.
Because it's giving me a little bit more hope of the society that we're moving towards.
Why does it give you hope?
I'm digging myself in a hole, I fear.
What's your favorite Zoran policy?
Probably like making education more reliable and more equitable.
How do we do that?
I don't know.
How do you feel about Zoran Mamdani winning?
Oh, I feel fucking amazing about it. It's such a win
Why?
because we need people like him in office and someone who's under the age of 79.
What's your favorite Zoran policy?
I have no idea. I'm not from New York.
Seems cool.
What makes him ready to be New York? Do you support Zoran?
Yeah, he seems cool.
What makes him ready to be New York's mayor?
He sounds like he's like a Power Rangers character, so.
I mean, is anybody really ever ready to be mayor?
What makes Mamdani qualified to be mayor?
I don't think at this point it's necessarily a question of who's qualified.
Obama had very little experience and Obama did very well.
He's just a really likable guy.
What makes him ready to be mayor?
I don't know.
Why is he ready? I feel like he's like answering.
Our tech lead. While 42 million Americans are facing the risk of going hungry amid the longest government shutdown in American history because of food stamps being put on hold, Tesla shareholders just voted to give Elon Musk a potential $1 trillion pay package. That's $275 million per day over the next 10 years. How would you even spend that? This comes after Musk reportedly threatened to walk away from the company if they refused his raise. The payment will be in the form of more than 420 million shares of Tesla stock. There is a big caveat here. Tesla has to reach an $8.5 trillion market value. That's almost 5 times higher than it is today.
Scott Jennings, I'm going to put this one to you because Donald Trump has run his campaign as an economic populist, and he has won over a lot of working class voters. And they have not in the past begrudged him his own wealth. They have seen him as someone they could aspire to become. But at what point is this too much, right?
I disagree, and I think often when we discuss populism in politics, we ascribe a level of resentment to America's working class that doesn't exist. They believe in the American dream. They believe in working and working hard and getting ahead. And they believe that people who create companies and create value and create jobs for people, that's what we do in America. Elon Musk came to America. He created this company. It creates lots of jobs. It's innovative. I mean, he's one of the most important people on planet Earth. And so if he can have that kind of success and it lifts up people along the way, the people who work for Tesla, the people who buy their products, this is a good thing. This is the American dream. We shouldn't begrudge someone for having success in America.
Yeah, he's like a Power Ranger character. That's what he said. And I don't know, did anybody else feel like they recognize this consistency before? They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're about. They don't know any of their policies. They don't have any opinion on them. Except, he seems like a nice guy. He seems like he's ready. Obama wasn't ready, and he did great, which I think he sucked personally, but that's me. But this is so resemblant of the Kamala Harris campaign. People have no idea what he ran on, but he was in a good mood. I'll tell you what he reminds me of deep down is a car salesman, because I've been looking for a car, helping my mother looking for a car. I met 2 or 3 salesmen today. Just a big old smile and just so happy to help. And they've got all the answers. Yeah, that's what he's like. Or a vacuum cleaner salesman at the front door, because this Kirby will solve all your problems. Everything he has would be great. It would be. If we had an endless pot of money that somebody was willing to share or give away. That's just not how it works. And his thought is that he's going to tax the rich, tax the white neighborhoods. It's just not realistic. It's just not America. Let's check in on our friend Charlie again. He's got a couple more things here I want to get.
Lived in New York State for 50 years and only recently moved to Connecticut and New York City for 17. I can't believe they've done this. How did we go from Giuliani, Bloomberg, cross over de Blasio and Adams to a socialist who now is very likely to win because anybody who gets the Democratic nomination wins. Now, it's true, some people will organize against him. Some New York business leaders are very scared. Some Jews in New York are very scared that this guy who defended globalized the Intifada recently on a podcast at the Dispatch is their next likely mayor. So they could potentially organize now in a way they didn't before the primary to stop him. But if you had to put money on it, you'd have to put it on this guy becoming the next mayor. What does this say about New York and our country?
Caveats, which of course I believe in, but yes, the socialism part is very important. I mean, he has like some of the dumbest ideas imaginable, which we're gonna have city-run grocery stores. Yeah, that works really well in Cuba. Bring back bread lines, right? Mamdani 2025. And obviously he wants to tax the rich. He wants to take more money away from people. All that's super bad. He wants to defund the police. He's on the record saying defund the police. He wants to send social workers instead of cops. And people say, well, it's irrelevant that he's Muslim. Well, you said it best. He wants to globalize the Intifada. And by the way, that just means globalized terrorism. He is the first mayoral candidate of any significance to say that he supports sanctions of Israel. I want you to understand that. That is America's most Jewish city, New York, and he wants to sanction Israel. And we're not allowed to mention that he's also Muslim. Like, I'm sorry, like that actually matters a lot. And he should be put on the record and ask questions about not just his faith, but also, do you think that it's good that we're continually importing hundreds of thousands of people that don't import our values? And you look at Ilhan Omar. Is Ilhan Omar a good example of someone that has pride and patriotism and gratitude for our country? It's not a good track record so far. And from Mamdani, you're seeing someone that has resentment-driven politics, super bad economics, terrible economics. But dare I also say, a radical cultural orthodoxy that is going to be introduced into America's largest city. One that will not make it a safe place for Jews, not a safe place increasingly, I think, for Western values and potentially Christians. And to say that you are in favor of boycotting, divesting, and sanctioning Israel in America's most Jewish city, and it's just a coincidence that that guy happens to be Muslim.
Yeah, that does not sound like a good combination. Having some of the radical policies that he carries, and he made a good point, Ilhan Omar. The Muslim community up in Minnesota, if that's any indication of how it's really going on, they literally hate America, not just Americans, but America, everything we stand for. I don't even want to get into all the massive fraud that's going on. You know, how much have they been stealing from America ever since? Well, what, the last 3 years, the last 10 years? How long has this been going on in Minnesota? Have we even got an update on that? I really don't know. But if his radical Islamic policies are geared towards the Jewish community, well, New York has one of the largest Jewish communities in America. It does. And you know, no matter how you slice this election, I don't believe that Democrats really lost. I think America lost. We all lost. And that's why I say, and I hate saying it, that could be very well the beginning of the end. Literally, a bad Democrat would have been much better than a communist. But if you think that's bad, with this the shutdown going on, SNAP food money is being held back from 42 million people starving to death, and he wants to tax the rich. Well, guess what? Elon Musk is one of those rich. Let's take a look and see what's going on with Elon and see how this is going to settle with him.
Our tech lead. While 42 million Americans are facing the risk of going hungry amid the longest government shutdown in American history because of food stamps being put on hold, Tesla shareholders just voted to give Elon Musk a potential $1 trillion pay package. That's $275 million per day over the next 10 years. How would you even spend that? This comes after Musk reportedly threatened to walk away from the company if they refused his raise. The payment will be in the form of more than 420 million shares of Tesla stock. There is a big caveat here. Tesla has to reach an $8.5 trillion market value. That's almost 5 times higher than it is today.
Scott Jennings, I'm going to put this one to you because Donald Trump has run his campaign as an economic populist, and he has won over a lot of working class voters. And they have not in the past begrudged him his own wealth. They have seen him as someone they could aspire to become. But at what point is like this too much, right?
I disagree, and I think often when we discuss populism in politics, we ascribe a level of resentment to America's working class. It doesn't exist. They believe in the American dream. They believe in working and working hard and getting ahead. And they believe that people who create companies and create value and create jobs for people, that's what we do in America. Elon Musk came to America. He created this company. It creates lots of jobs. It's innovative. I mean, he's one of the most important people on planet Earth. And so if he can have that kind of success and it lifts up people along the way, the people who work for Tesla, the people who buy their products, this is a good thing. This is the American dream. We shouldn't begrudge someone for having success in America.
Yeah, he's right. And I agree with him 100%. You can't begrudge someone for having success. And you know, the funny thing is, when I had 3 or 4 houses, when I was considerably younger, my coworkers, even my siblings, were jealous, envious. And they weren't jealous or envious in the way they wanted me to share my secret with them or bring them on board to help make them part of the team. They were just jealous and envious because they didn't have it. But Were they willing to come put forth and come and help and learn? No. No, they didn't. And that is so common today. Most people have a resistance or resentment towards other people because they have something that they don't have, regardless of how hard they worked for it, regardless of how much time and energy they put into it. But I don't agree as an entrepreneur and an American who believes in freedom of going out and making what you can out of yourself. We all have a choice, and I've had all the choices and made the decisions, good or bad, that I've made. And you either have to learn to be happy with them or change them. We all have that ability. Thank God for America. Let me know what you guys think. Put some comments down in the comment box there. Hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.